Okay, there we go. Today we want to look beautiful. We want to be young, we get older, and that's why we need specific products and equipment. We want to be successful, and that's why we need to be beautiful with our skin, in our performance, who we are, inside and outside, because those both are very important. What is very important, and I think this is what you have to write down, all creams are very beautiful. Every product producer will make the most fantastic cream. But the problem is that a lot of ingredients work only a slight time. So that's why it's very important that we have products who work deep into the skin. And normally when we use a cream, it works almost only on the surface. So that's why it's very important to have technology inside. And that is what we have with Bios. Bios has bionic youth activation system, and that's very important. We work with natural ingredients and technology. Those two are the secret for anti-aging. So what is Bios? Anti-aging by natural ingredients and technology. That makes it so special. When we look for the symbiosis between that nature and technology, then we can rejuvenate our skin on the deeper skin levels. So very important that we go to upper layer and the deeper skin layers for skin, facial and body. What very important is that it's simple, very simple. And I hope for today that you will learn that you can use it very easily. That it does what it has to do the activation into the skin. Because that's when we want to have a younger skin, we need to go into the skin to activate our skin functions. That's why we are aging. Everything slows down, also our skin. So that's why we have to activate our skin functions so that all ingredients from our natural body will be produced again in a higher volume. What is very important is that we need what kind of skin condition we have. What is the skin age? And that is so important that we have to find the skin age, especially when we go to the social club selling, we have a fantastic equipment to measure the skin. Later on I will tell you more about this. But it is very important to know what kind of skin age we have. Which products need this skin to be very specific for every person. So that's very important to know how we find our bio age of our skin. Here we see the philosophy, how we want to work the utmost for beauty coaching. Here we see the skin analyzer where I was talking about. It is so important that people know how their skin looks. And that is what we do with the social club selling. We go to a club and we measure the skin. We measure also the moisture. And then we have a bio age. Is that till 29, 30 to 49, or 50 and up? So that's very important that we know which products we need to advise or to use. Together with the information we get, we have a beautiful app in the phone, in our cell phone, where all the information is together as a beauty concierge for all your information or the client's information. And there we can see how our skin age is going down, how the skin age will be younger. And that's so important. We want to see what's happening. A customer who buys the product wants to see what effect it has, what she's doing every day. We want to see what cosmetics can do, because a lot of cosmetics, what I told you before, are very good products, but are not so intense for this action to have a real effect on the skin age. And when we can measure, that's very important. That's a unique selling point. So that is what we use. Important is we don't sell ingredients, but we sell what it's doing. What is the reaction? Where can we go to? How young can we get the skin? That sells. And that's what we do with the serums, especially for the younger skin, the normal skin, and the older skin, together with our bias facelifter. And that facelifter, that's fantastic. And later on, we go on stage, and I will show you how to work with it, with the machine, and which menu we have to use, how you can use it very easily, very short, because we want to have it very simple. And I know also in my country that people are a bit afraid to work with, but I think we have to lose fear here today, now, right now. We go and work strong, positive, and know how to work with it. Okay. First, before we start with the products, I want to tell you about the technology. For you, it's very important to know what kind of technology is inside of the facelifter. And when you don't know, you cannot tell. And then you cannot tell about the importance, why to use it this way. For Wellstar, it's unique, it's patented. So the 4 technologies we call MST. That's the multi-synchronous technology. And it means the iontophoresis, electrical muscle stimulation, radio frequency, and microvibration. These 4 are very important because these 4 technologies do everything what the skin needs to get younger. Please write down, this is important. We activate on every level ingredients and the natural functions of the skin. Because when we get older, everything slows down with your cells and also the fibroblasts. I will tell you later what it is. And that's why it's so important to have every single part in your skin activated in one single treatment. So that's make the product very unique. Nobody else does. So feel how unique it is to work with bias. You have the power in your hands to be successful. Together with the knowledge of the skin, how many people work as a beautician or have knowledge about ingredients and cosmetics? I keep it simple. I keep it very simple. This is the skin. The skin has 3 layers. The upper layer, the dermis, and subcutaneous tissue. Bias is working in all 3 layers, and that's unique. Normally, cosmetics work in the upper part, and this is where creams have their action, and they feel good. But where do we start get aged? It's not the right word, sorry. Aging starts here, in this part. Here we have new skin cells. And the skin cells has to be activated. When you get older, they produce less cells. Subcutaneous tissue, there's where the blood vessels are. There's our fat and our sebum glands and sweat glands. So very important for the metabolism of the skin. But what happens here in the dermis, that is what we do with bias together with the technology of the iontophoresis, because we go deep into that layer and there we activate. And as you can see here, the fibroblast, that's a little cell what is in this layer, and that layer, or that cell, that is producing hyaluronic acid, collagen and elastin. And those three are the ingredients from our natural body we produce ourselves to have beautiful, young, elastic skin. So when everything starts slow down, we have to activate this. And that is what the technology is doing. It acts in this level the most. And also with the microcirculation, it works on the circulation from your blood for a good metabolism, so that everything can work together the way it has to work. That is how our body is working, so we cannot change that. The only thing we can change is that we activate on those functions. And that is what bias is doing. We activate on all that skin functions to get the skin younger, to have a beautiful skin. Is this for everybody clear? Or is it difficult? No? Okay. Hyaluronic acid is the liquid in that skin layer what gives the skin that moisture, the softness, the fullness. And that is when we get getting older, that will break down. It will be less into the skin. And that is what we see with wrinkles and sagging skin. As well, the muscles under the skin in the subcutaneous tissue are also getting sagging, because normally when we sport, then we can activate also the muscles, but in the face it's very difficult to do that. So that's why we have all those technical levels we can use to activate all functions of the skin. Now we go to the several phases. So we go and make it very clear for every phase. So please write down. We start with the analyze. The analyze of the skin. And that is what I told you before. This is the skin analyzer. And a skin analyzer can see the skin, can make a picture. Very good, thank you very much. From that skin, 200 times magnified. Thank you very much. So what we see then is in the deeper layers, and also the wrinkle, the depth of that wrinkle. When a customer starts working with bias, then we can see every time the improvement of that skin, that the function of the skin is getting better. And you see the reduce of the wrinkle. It's getting more smoother, get younger again. To see this, it's very important to make it visible. We want to see what is visible, what is happening into that skin. And that is what we do in our clubs. There we make visible what is happening with the customer's face, with the skin. And then we can give good advice, what she wants. That's the most important. What do you want? Here it is. Then we have information about the skin. Then we have information about the moisture. We have our moisture checker. There we can see how much moisture we have in that upper layer. And all these things are measurable. and we can see in a program exactly what is happening and how many moisture is in the upper layer. So every time we make it visible, what is happening, how can we have a better skin, younger skin, and that is what the customer can see, that the action she is doing every day with a result. And that is very important, that she will buy us every month. We want to have her every month, every year in our group to sell and to buy the products. Here we have as well the information about the product, what she wants. You can see at once what she needs. The serum, and also how to use it, when to use it. I see it's a bit small for you, but afterwards you can see it back in the back office from the club selling. And I will explain when I'm working with the equipment. We go to the first step in cleansing, because when we start working with the ingredients and with the products, the skin needs to be very clean. When the skin is not clean, when we have makeup or sebum or sweat or pollution on the skin, then all the little ingredients will not get deep into the skin layers. So that's why we have a fantastic product, and that is worked into the skin with iontophoresis. This is a very safe way of cleansing. This works with the polarities, the minus and the plus. The combination of the facelifter with the charged serums will push the ingredients into the skin or will attract impurities to the surface. And with iontophoresis is that with cleansing, very important that impurities will come up to the skin. It's not in the skin, it will always on the surface. It is very safe and soft. And I think it's very important to know that it's very safe to work with this product and technology. The detox. We have the Diapore cleansing, and that attracts what I told you before. So it attracts the impurity into the gel, into the detox serum. And here you see that the iontophoresis, oh, the wrong one, has a negative, and the impurities are positive charged. And that's why they pull it out of the skin. At the same time, when we are cleansing, we also rehydrate the skin. Very important that you remove impurities and rehydrate at the same time. And that is what we do with the NMF factor. That's the brown algae extract. And NMF is natural moisture factor. And the natural moisture factor is measurable on a surface from the skin. So please, NMF, natural moisture factor. And that is what we want to have in a very high level, the NMF. Because when we have a high level of NMF, then the skin is very soft and beautiful. Then we go to the ingredients. What I told you before, we don't sell ingredients, but for you to know what it is and what it does. NMF factor, a moisture binding complex. It's holding as much as possible moisture, water in the surface. Here you see the brown algae, and that is also stimulating the fibroblast. The fibroblast was the little cell what is producing hyaluronic acid, that was the fluid in the dermis, collagen and elastin. That makes our skin supple, elastic and beautiful. So ingredients are in every product you use to normalize this. And that's so important because that is why we are aging, that everything slows down. And in every cosmetic product we use from the detox, there we start already with activating the fibroblast. By activating the fibroblast, we produce more hyaluronic acid, collagen and elastin. Also important, no paraben. That is the preservatives in cosmetics. And what is important, that we use the natural way. So the parabens you see often on products, and that can cause irritation and allergic reactions. Then we go to the nourish and smoothing. And now we have here the hyaluronic acid. And this is very important. Please write down the hyaluronic acid because this is our main ingredient. Hyaluronic acid is a natural ingredient, as we have in our skin. We can use it as a moisturizer, but also as an activator. And it will become an activator when it goes in a deeper skin layer, in the dermis, where the fibroblast is. By activating the fibroblast, we gain more hyaluronic acid in the dermis, and we activate the production of elastin and collagen. And those vessels, those fibers are floating in that liquid. And when we become older, then the liquid goes to a gel. It gets more thicker. And then what's happening is that all those fibers get more, how can I say, what is the word? What's happening is that the skin is getting more wrinkled and is not supple anymore. So that's why we need to have more liquids, hyaluronic acid, in the dermis. And that's what's happening when we start bringing into the skin the hyaluronic acid. It stimulates the fibroblast to produce the natural collagen and elastin. And our body, our skin, works the best on our own production of ingredients. So we don't push water into the skin, but we activate that we have more hyaluronic acid in the skin for the same effect, that the skin is more soft and more moisturized. It provides the suppleness, the volume, and the smoothness. This ingredient is one of the most important ones. And here on this picture you see, when everything is normal, when we have a young skin, then it's soft, and we have enough collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid, then you see that the skin is full, it's youthful. 40 years, at 40 years, we have already 50% off from the hyaluronic acid. So then we see already starting the wrinkles come, and the little lines, and also that skin gets more sagging. At 60 years, 90%. So we have to do a lot. We can do a lot. We can have a good result, thank you. Good result when we start working with bios and the products to get the skin get activated again. And that's when we have a higher age, and that's the most difficult when we use creams to have that reaction. So that's why we need ingredients and technology to have the skin work like a young skin. And what is very important, the cell renewal process. That is also what we go and start to activate again, because it goes, it declines, and we have to activate new cells for more volume skin. The ingredient is 100% plant, natural, and it's from suppliers from Germany. It's bimolecular, and that will say that it has two sizes. It has smaller molecules. Those are very small. They can go in the deeper layers, and that is what we do with the iontophoresis. It brings the little particles into the deeper layers, where it can come to the fibroblast. And the larger molecules stay on the upper skin layer, and there they have the moisturizing effect on the upper layer with the NMF, the natural moisture factor. The material extraction is from organic material by enzymes. There are also other ingredients from hyaluronic acid, and that can be sometimes from animals. And the problem is that it's less effective and it can cause allergic reactions. So that's why we choose for natural ingredients and plant products. Now we start working with the 3 hyaluronic serums. So this is important for you to write down. We have the serum regular, and the regular is, as you can see here, up to 29. It has a great concentration of larger molecules and a lower concentration of smaller molecules. And that's why, that's why we have it this way, because a younger skin is active. So it doesn't need the small molecules because the skin is acting like a young skin. But it has to be protected. And that's why we have the greater concentration of larger molecules for the upper layer, for moisturizing the skin. And we have an amino acid complex. And then you see a lot of ingredients, tocopherol, proline, arginine, aline, and serine. You can forget. What you need to know is that it is a complex. When you read complex, then it is always an ingredients with several ingredients in one. So a complex is always more ingredients. When we had only one, it would not be strong enough. We want to have it last for a whole day, that is activating all skin functions. And then we go to the second one, the advanced. And the advanced is for the bio-age 30 to 49, depending on skin age. I will tell you later. This is a mid-level concentration of both large and small molecules, because we have to go into the skin in the deeper layers, because there is the skin already starting to slow down. So we have to activate it. And the smaller molecules for moisturizing the upper layer of the skin. And together also with a combination of tetrapeptides, and that's also an ingredient what is activating and on several levels into the skin to have a younger, beautiful skin. What is the action? Small wrinkles and inhibit formation of age spots. So it has several functions inside. It's not only the moisturizing or activating on fibroblasts, it has more. And then when we go to the third one, we go to the premium, and the premium is the bio-age 50. As we measure the skin, or we see that the skin is getting older, more older than the physical age, then it's important that we choose the product. When someone is 45 and the skin is aged, then you choose also for the premium. Yeah, very important to know. Here we have a lower concentration of larger molecules for the upper part of the face, the skin, sorry, and a higher concentration of smaller molecules. We want to go into the skin. We want to activate all those skin layers, and that is what the premium is doing. We have as well vitamins inside, the A, C, and E. These are also very important for the blood circulation, the metabolism of the skin. And that's why we have here the cell division, which slows down. We want to activate this. The measurements of the hyaluronic acid is very important when we see that the ingredients act very intense. An untreated skin, and then you see after one treatment what it is doing, up to 700% more hyaluron in the skin. And after 3 treatments, up to 900. And that is what you see and what you feel. So very important to work with the product, to feel and make pictures from it. To see what is happening, what is changing into the skin. And here you see that the ingredients will be pushed by the negative charged ingredients into the skin in a deeper layers. And this is all by a study in Germany, in Berlin, by Charité. And they studied that all these ingredients work this way, and it's all measurable. And it's very important for you to know that it is measurable, that it is visible. Now we go to the firm up and model. We have the other technical information, and that's the firm up through muscle stimulation, the EMS. What EMS is doing, this has a deep working into the skin where it will work on the muscle layer. Like sports for our body is well for shaping our body, we shape here with EMS for our face. We stimulate them and enhance grow. And we can enhance them for 20%. So that's really, really big. Result visible firmer skin, and that's what you see and what you feel. And it's remodeling of sagging skin. And also remodeling of the face line. So very important to know that. Then we have the radio frequency. And radio frequency is a technology what goes very deep to the subcutaneous tissue. And it is the warmth, it's the thermal heat. It's break down fat, and it is also firming up the skin. And how does it work? The radio waves gain heat in the depths of the skin. And there we have our fat cell. And when we have a fat cell, the membrane of the fat cell is permeable. Do I say it wrong? Yeah. Okay, thank you. And by this radio frequency, the fat passes that membrane for a part, and then it will be removed by our lymph cells, our lymph system, sorry. Hyaluronic serums, we put over it the day cream or the night cream. And what is special is that the creams are very light, but yet very full, a rich formula. The day cream is, as well for ladies, a very good primer for makeup. It fixates the makeup for the whole day. So, very important selling point we have here. The ingredients are marine algae-based formulas and active ingredients. More different than we have in the serums, but they work together. Here we have as well the synchronous working between ingredients. They activate each other. And that's also very important to have the daycare from morning to evening and from evening to morning, that we have 24/7 the protection of the skin. Here we see also the ingredients. Here you see also that alpha maris complex, and all the ingredients with vitamins and minerals activate the skin functions to get active again, to stimulate the new cells, but also fibroblasts, collagen, elastin. So together with the hyaluronic acid, it makes it very powerful, very active in the skin. And also the Chondrus crispus and the Alaria exculenta. Very difficult, but the action is more important to know what it's doing. And these ingredients are in as well the day cream and night cream as the special products for men. Yeah? And here we have the product for men. What's the difference? Because ingredients are almost the same, but a man's skin is, a woman's skin is more dry. We have less sebum, and a man's skin has more sebum. And when you bring a cream on a skin that is more oily, then it gets floating. It cannot penetrate into the skin. So for the men's skin, we have a lighter product. It's more convenient, and it's not shiny. It's pure matte. And it gives a nice hydrolipid film to prevent moisture loss. So after shaving, you can use the emulsion. It's more an emulsion than a cream. Yeah, that's the difference. And then we go to the reassess and coaching. Well, as we go to a club, or when you work with customers, when you have not a club, but you want to sell, because we are selling here, everybody can sell. So, if you are a club, or you want to sell your products, you want to introduce it, then it's important to know that that you know how to work on the skin, what kind of skin, and that's what we do with the model. Then I'll show you where you have to look for. We have special packages for everybody who wants to work with it. So learn how to act with the products. Which skin type needs which product. How to act with the facelifter. Which program needs the customer. And how can she use it to get her goal, a younger skin, in her way, the best. So that's very important to know. And that is what we have with the club selling, of course. Club selling is when we have all information, including the skin analyzer. Then we have this package. But when we don't have the club, we go sell the product. Okay? So this is very important to know. The club has a wonderful treatment and wonderful information and a beauty coach for every customer. But everybody is a beauty customer and a beauty coach. You are all beauty coaches now. So work with it. Don't be afraid. Go, feel, experience, play with it. That's so important to become well known with the product and with the equipment and to see what it's doing. And then you get the enthusiasm. And then you go and work with everybody. And you will explain everybody from bias. And your organization will grow. And that's, I think, a very important goal here in UK, because you are starting here. You have gold in your hands. So please, use it.